Most people want to become leaders simply because of the title and not necessarily the responsibilities. But the truth is, leadership is about being in service. It's about taking charge of the people who are in the charge. It's more about giving and understanding people who are around the environment. So in today's episode, we're going to get into what leadership looks like, the kind of leadership that transforms organization, it transforms teams, and make sure that it pulls people towards you, towards your organization by influencing them, not by pulling them away. So let's get into this episode. When I started project management, I thought leadership was more about authority, control, setting meetings, and giving directions to people. But then something happened along the line. I realized that it was not about control, it's more about influence. And that influence is leadership is something that you have to consistently build on. You have to make sure that you prioritize the need of the people who are working with you. You have to make sure that you build trust, because without trust, people are not going to respond to that stimuli when it comes to leadership. So over the years, I've come to realize that leadership is more about having empathy, influencing people, embracing that emotional intelligence, because that is one of the most influential things that is going to draw people close to you. That is one thing that I've learned that has stuck with me over the years. Leadership is not about control. Keep that myth out of your brain. It is not about giving directions to people. It is not about commanding people around. No, it is about influence. That influence is built over time. It is consistently built based on principles, based on trust and your values. And if you don't have values, it is going to be very challenging for you to build that trust with people. Leadership is heavy, it carries weight that people don't get to see. When you look at one of the most influential leaders in the world, like Elon Musk sleeping at the Tesla factory, you realize that it is more about sacrifice. It's not about trying to chase praises from people, get recommendation from people. It's about tracking progress, making sure that there is a difference in every organization. So you need to make sure that you understand that leadership comes with a lot of sacrifices. You have to prioritize what is going to make a difference in the society or in an organization or just in a community. So ask yourself, am I trying to lead because I want to be seen, or am I trying to make sure that there is a difference in any room that I work in? Am I trying to create an impact, because that is leadership? It's more about making it. So let's come up with 5 steps that can help you become a better leader. Let's refer to these as 5 pillars of leadership. The first one is self-awareness. The truth is, you cannot lead others if you can't lead yourself. So it starts from you. It starts from you understanding how to control your emotions. It starts from you understanding how to be accountable for everything that you're doing. Being disciplined is very important. So you need to know how to discipline yourself before you can discipline others. The second thing is emotional intelligence. Now you need to know how to have that empathy. You need to know how to listen to people rather than speaking. As a project manager, I understand that it is important that I know what motivates my team members so that I can keep them on track. So you need to listen more as a leader. The third thing is having a vision. As a leader, you need to have a clear vision based on everything that you're doing. Why? Because people follow the ones that are aware of where they are going to. As a leader, you need to have a vision that can clearly be explained so that you can prevent your team from chaos, so that you can outline everything that is supposed to be performed and provide a trajectory that takes you people to the exact position where you are going to. Remember that leadership is not about perfection, it's more about progress. So that is why it is important that you have a clear vision, and this only comes if you are trying to collaborate with your team members, if you are trying to listen more to people, if you are having that empathy, if you are aware of yourself, you have that self-awareness, that control, that discipline, that accountability. The fourth is trust. Now, trust is built in that moment where you think that people are not watching you. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to empower people to do, whatever you're trying to make sure that works in the benefit of the people, that is the moment where trust is built. You have to make sure that you build trust in the right way. The fifth point is empowering people. Now, how do you empower people? You need to make sure that you ensure that whatever they sacrifice, whatever they have worked for, they should get the credit for everything. Because we leaders don't keep credit from other people, they don't take credit for other people's work. You need to make sure that if this person came up with this idea, if this person worked on this project, that person should be credited for that project, that person should be credited for that idea. That is how leaders empower people. So you need to make sure that you empower people in a sense that they gain everything, they gain every little thing for their hard work, their sacrifices, and their promotions. Right? In organizations, there are people who really sacrifice for every organization. They deserve promotion because an organization is not your family. At one point, the organization is going to change. Systems are changing, and you need to make sure that whatever you are working on, you deserve whatever comes in. You deserve the shares that comes in, because at any point, once the company makes their mind up to change some systems or change some rules, they prioritize what works for them, not what works for you. So you need to make sure that as a leader, you give everyone the credit. That is empowerment. Putting all this together, you realize that the hardest thing about leadership is leading yourself. The hardest person that you're ever going to lead is yourself. The self-doubt, the burnout, the imposter syndrome, the self-control, self-awareness, that is what makes the difference when it comes to leadership. So you have to understand that leadership is not about perfection. It is more about progress. It is more about making a difference. There are so many of us out there who can be better, who can influence others to create an impact, and we think that we are better than others. We think that, oh, if this guy can do this thing, I can do better than them. But the difference is they are already doing while you're watching me trying to create impact, trying to deliver to people, and you think that you're better than me. The difference is I'm already doing it. I'm already having an influence in others. I'm already sending the message across. So what you have to do now is start influencing people, start leading, knowing that it comes with responsibilities, it comes with services. That is what great leaders do. If this episode motivated you, if it has made you to even have a feeling or have any question about this episode, then please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It is going to help us here in a very tremendous way. It shows that you value what we're doing here. It shows that you are really trying to support us to see that we push this forward so it reaches out to so many people. Thank you for being here, and see you